Big Dreams, based on Genesis chapter 37, verses 1 through 36, chapter 39, verse 1 through chapter 42, verse 38, and Genesis chapter 45.
Many years later, Isaac's son Jacob takes over as head of the tribe. He settles his family in his father's land of Canaan. His sons take care of his flocks of sheep. One day, Jacob gives his beloved son Joseph a special gift.
Your father had this coat made just for you.
For me? It's just like a chieftain's robe.
The next time Joseph goes out to the fields, he shows off his new coat. His brothers become jealous, but that is nothing compared to how they feel when Joseph says,
This reminds me, I had a dream last night. We were all bundling grain. When we finished, all your bundles bowed down to mine.
Bow down to you? Never.
But Joseph doesn't get the hint.
I had another dream. This time, the sun, moon, and stars bowed down to me.
Joseph, stop your boasting. You really think your mother, brothers, and I will serve you? Could this dream really be from God?
Jacob soon forgets his own anger toward Joseph, but the second dream whips the older brother's hatred into a burning rage.
He thinks he's a star, huh? I'll show him how far a star can fall.
While the older brothers are tending sheep far away in the land of Shechem, Jacob sends Joseph to find them.
Here comes that arrogant dreamer.
I've had enough of this talk. Let's get rid of him.
Joseph's brothers pounce on him, strip him of his fine coat, and throw him down an empty well. Then they talk about how to get rid of him for good.
Let's just let him starve. Wait, see that caravan coming? We could sell Joseph to them as a slave. Then we get rid of him and make some money.
So the brothers pull Joseph out of the empty well and drag him to the caravan.
This boy is our slave, but he talks too much for our liking. How much money would you give us for him?
He's a handsome boy. He should bring a good price in Egypt. He looks soft. At most, I could offer 15 shekels.
But
Shh! Keep still, slave. See? Always talking. Look, 20 shekels and you've got a deal.
Reuben has been watching the sheep and trying to figure out how to save Joseph. But the caravan is well out of sight by the time Reuben discovers what his brothers have done.
Where is Joseph? What have you done with him?
We sold him to some traders bound for Egypt. Joseph can annoy foreigners for a change. Here's your share of the money.
Sold him? Oh no. What will we tell Father?
We'll smear Joseph's coat with goat's blood. Father will blame wild animals.
Back at home, the brothers carry out their cruel plan.
We found this bloody coat, but we're not sure whose it is. Do you think it's...
It's Joseph's. A lion must have killed him. Joseph, my son! My son!
While Jacob mourns the death of his beloved son, Joseph is sold at auction in Egypt.
Look, this boy is strong and handsome. He'll make a fine slave, even in the king's palace. How much am I bid?
30 shekels!
oh God, please help me. How is this in your plan?
And so Jacob's favorite son becomes the slave of Potiphar, captain of the king's guard. But Joseph does not beg for pity. He puts his trust in God and holds up his head proudly. Soon the spoiled young boy becomes a hard-working young man. Years pass, and Potiphar eventually makes Joseph manager of all his property.
Things are better with Joseph in charge.
He prays every day, asking his God to help him.
But Joseph's success also leads to trouble. Potiphar's wife falls in love with the handsome young slave. One day, while Potiphar is away,
Joseph, come sit beside me and tell me where you came from. Why are you here in Egypt?
Thank you, but I have work to finish before Potiphar returns.
Do you always have to think of Potiphar?
He's my master. I won't be disloyal to him or disobey my God.
No man can treat me like that and live.
she waits with Joseph's robe in her hands. When Potiphar returns, she greets him with tears in her eyes and a lie on her lips.
Your Hebrew slave tried to take advantage of me. I screamed and he left. But he dropped his robe. Here, see it?
I'll throw him into prison for this!
Look who we have coming to join us in such fancy clothes.
When he's been here as long as I have, he'll forget what it's like to wear such nice, clean clothes.
Falsely accused, Joseph faces his first night in prison. But he is not afraid, and he is not alone, because God is with him. Joseph prays just as he has done every other night of his life.
What God can save him?
Leave him alone. He's braver than the rest of us.
One long, hot day follows another. The prisoners quarrel over food, water, and the best place to sleep. One day, a fight breaks out.
Stop it! Fighting won't make life any better.
Even in prison, God is with Joseph. Through these trials, God is forcing Joseph to learn patience and leadership. When the keeper of the jail discovers that Joseph maintains peace in the prison, he puts Joseph in charge of the other prisoners. One day, the king's baker and butler are thrown into prison for offending the king. Both men have dreams that disturb them and come to Joseph for help.
What do you think my dream means?
In 3 days, your head will be lifted up, and Pharaoh will give you back your high position. You will be the king's butler again. And please, when my words come true, ask Pharaoh to release me from prison. I am an innocent captive.
Now tell me what my dream means. Like his would be nice.
I'm very sorry. Your dream shows that in 3 days, your head will be lifted off. You will be hanged up high by Pharaoh.
Joseph's words come true. 3 days later, one man is executed, and the other returns to serve the king. But the butler forgets his promise to put in a good word for Joseph. 2 years go by. One day, Pharaoh summons his butler.
No wine for me today. I have had a disturbing dream, and no one in my whole kingdom can tell me what it means.
Pharaoh, I know of a Hebrew prisoner who can tell the meaning of dreams. He explained mine.
Joseph stands before the Pharaoh of Egypt.
Is it true you can tell the meaning of dreams?
I can't, but my God can. Oh, Pharaoh, tell me your dream.
I saw 7 fat cows come out of the Nile River. Then I saw 7 skinny cows come up and eat up the fat ones.
God is warning you that there will be 7 years of good crops, followed by 7 years of famine. You should appoint a wise officer to store grain during the 7 good years. Then there will be food for everyone during the 7 years of famine.
Who is wiser than you, since God is with you?
Pharaoh quickly calls the officers of his court. As they watch, he puts his own ring on Joseph's finger.
I have put you in charge of all of Egypt as my governor. Only I, Pharaoh, will be greater than you.
All too soon, the bad years begin. As the famine continues, people come from other countries that have run out of food. Only Egypt, warned by God, has stores of grain. People from every country come to Egypt, hoping to buy some of the extra food. One day, Joseph's brothers from Canaan enter Joseph's city. Joseph's brothers are shocked to realize that the governor of all Egypt is actually their long-lost brother. Then they remember how they last treated him.
Joseph, he must hate us. What will he do now?
I believe it was God's will for me to come to Egypt, so I could save your lives and the lives of everyone suffering from the famine.